president believes it is essential that we avoid these cuts. It is bad policy. The Speaker himself says it is bad policy. It will go into effect, and those Americans will lose their jobs because Republicans made a choice for that to happen.
The president is part of this question. The White House recommended it, frankly, back in August 2011. And so now we're feeling the effects of it. Now, I don't want to say the president is solely to blame. He's not. It's both the president and Congress, and basically the president and the Speaker who put together this deal.
The president could have stopped it. The House of Representatives has passed not one but two bills that would have stopped it. The Senate has done nothing.
Somebody explain to me why Congress, why the president just doesn't say tomorrow, fine, transfer authority. Pentagon, you have transfer authority. You can do priorities.
Right.
Take out of the conferences. You don't have to go to the stupid conference to do XYZ. Save the personnel. Don't have the child care problem. Right. Don't have the XYZ problem. Have transfer authority for these agencies and don't make it an issue. Why don't they pass a bill tomorrow?
And that is precisely why this is the most ridiculously hyped Armageddon since the Mayan calendar. In fact, it looks worse than a Mayan disaster. Look, this, as you say, can be solved in a day, in an hour, by allowing a transfer of funds. It's incredibly soluble, easily soluble. And the president is the one who ought to propose it. He won't, of course, because he is looking for a fight and not a solution. But secondly, look at this in perspective. In terms of the gross domestic product of our economy, this is 3/100ths of the. It's a third of 1% of our domestic economy. On the domestic side, well, overall, it's 2.5 cents on the dollar, and overall on the non-defense side, it's 1.5 pennies on the dollar of reductions. Here we are with a debt of $16 trillion, and the argument today is that if we cut 1.5 pennies on non-defense spending in 1 year, is going to be the end of the world. If so, then we are hopelessly in debt, or we're going to end up like Greece.
You think he doesn't want the president doesn't want these buckets to be able to be transferred from place to place, as you look at our example of money being transferred in buckets, because he wants the issue. He wants to hammer Republicans on the issue.
With a solution so simple and close at hand and easy to do, if he proposed it, it would be done, be able to move the money. And the fact that he refuses it means he's not interested in this, the way he wasn't interested in debt reduction, in the fiscal cliff negotiations. He wanted a victory over Republicans. That's exactly what it's all about, politics, nothing about economics. As Doug said earlier in the show, there's a solution that's easy at hand. He's not interested. He wants the argument. He wants to be able to say that Republicans are protecting the brakes of the oil companies and instead taking the food out of the mouths of indigent children. That's the case he wants to make. And the fact is that if you look at this in terms of the amounts, it is a preposterously small amount of money that we are talking about. Last year, our deficit was $1.3 trillion. We're talking about here a fraction of the deficit.
The Republicans are doing this for politics just as much as the president. You talk to any of them privately and they will tell you, this is a fight we can't back down from. We lost on the tax hike. This is all we can do. We will not give in.
Well, if
we will not
concede. Leadership, I think that's right.
And they hope it doesn't turn out so bad.
No,
and they hope the sky doesn't fall, but they have to do it.
They are doing it because it is the only hope of getting a dollar's worth of cuts out of this administration. This is in law. It's an amount that at least you can get by doing nothing. And unless they allow this to go ahead, Obama will give you no cuts, and in an entire term, we're going to go over a Greek cliff.
This has been a Sunfish production.